Hello.
Good morning, mate. How are you?
Good morning, mate. How the hell are you feeling?
I'm fresh.
Okay.
What's what's funny? My name's Nev, anyway, friends. Um,
Yes, Nev, how are you?
good brother. I got up at 4:30 yesterday morning because I forgot that I'm a day ahead.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and I was sitting here and I was like, I was waiting for you to come on. And I went, oh
Oh, no way.
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Today is a day ahead. So I was like, I do it all today. But mate, it's good to
That
talk to you, brother.
yeah, man, it's good to talk to you. I love your backdrop there. All your Who's the cult leader?
Cult Leader. You probably I don't know if you've heard a band called Cult Leader.
Oh,
But
it's a band. I thought it was a book. I have not.
they are one of the heaviest fucking bands on the planet. I love them. That's from when they toured Australia. They did some scribbles, but they are amazing. They are just really heavy and raw.
Yeah, heavier than Goat Snake or which is my brother's band. No plug. That's just the first thing that came. They're pretty
Goats.
heavy. Or
I haven't.
Boris.
No, no. I've
You've
heard.
never heard Boris?
I should.
Oh my God, you haven't heard Goat Snake before?
No, and that's
Oh, dude,
that I don't.
that's with Greg Anderson and Roger and Greg Roger. Um, Greg Anderson was in Engine Kid out in Seattle, which was a total alternative, like Seattle band.
Yeah.
And but then he's got Southern Lord Records, which is a big metal label. He's total fucking doom metal. What he always was. Greg Rogers was in the Obsessed. I'm sure you've heard of the Obsessed.
Yeah. No shit.
Um,
Yeah.
Here, one second, one second.
What's that?
Um,
Okay. I'm getting an
what,
education here for
yeah,
the morning.
they just re-released it, the first Goat Snake record.
No shit. Okay,
I don't know if
cool,
you can
man.
see it with the glare. This fucking
That's fucking right.
record, yeah, you can see that with the glare. But
Yeah, man.
that's Greg,
Yeah.
that's Guy. He's no longer in, but he runs the distribution Europe part of it out of Amsterdam. That's Greg, and it's my brother.
Yeah. Well, I recognize him. Hey, there you
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
man. I'm gonna have to check
Pardon?
that out. I'm embarrassed, but I guess down here in Australia, all the way down here, sometimes we.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. I figure all you guys just probably sit around listening to Silverchair or something.
No, not everyone's in a silver chair.
I'm just kidding. Ah,
It's funny.
that guy, he's had a very unique story though, regardless. I mean, it's interesting what happened to that kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they dropped when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I think I'm the same
Yeah,
age.
yeah,
So it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
you know, everyone was getting into Silverchair and I was getting into Megadeth. So, that was like the fork in the road for
Yeah,
me. I was, yeah,
yeah.
but
I don't know why I went on that tip. Maybe it was from my daughter or something, but we can go right.
I
We'll go
love
left real. We'll go
it.
left real quick now. But I love all your figures and so you're into all that stuff.
I am the 40-year-old virgin who has kids. Let's put it that way.
Copy that. Well, I have two kids myself, and you do music as well. Isn't that little drum machine there to your right?
No, this is the roadcaster. So this is what powers everything. I do music.
Oh,
I sing for a death metal band, but this is
nice.
this is not a plug for Road because they wouldn't give me one for free. But this
Keep
powers
plugging.
my thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought those were little drum pads for sampling.
Can you hear this? If I do this,
Absolutely.
like, where's the yeah? I don't know what the
You know, I I think that's great. And do you use that as part of your show as segues
No,
and bad jokes?
I never. I've only used it once for a bad joke, and it didn't land, so I never used it again. But where are you?
Well,
Where are you? You in the studio or this your house?
yeah, well, it's in my house. It's a little studio I have, my amps and a couple of guitars. You can't see all the rest of it. There's like really nice speakers and my whole, you know, universal audio setup, another sampler,
Nice.
keyboards. Yeah, it's good for coming up with stuff and demoing stuff. It's served me well, especially over the last few years when we wrote this new record, or
Man,
me.
I gotta say, it's a fucking great record, dude. This
How
new
much have you heard
stream,
of it?
I heard the
Yeah.
whole thing. I got the stream. I got sent the stream.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Well,
at work.
I thought it was coming out on the 10th. But I guess they gave you guys
Yeah,
the media,
we got the
the
little
hookup there.
yeah, we got the sneaky little stream. And mate, it's unreal. I mean, it's November 10, of course. Not only is it your first release in over a decade, but your first full length in 30 years. That's awesome.
True. True. I mean, yeah, we did do that EP back in
Mhm.
2011 for Joe Sill on Side One Dummy Records, Complete Control Sessions, which yeah, was the last uh physically recorded record. Yeah.
Back on, but this one's back on Discord, right?
This one is, yeah, it's the was the last one in her ear before they haven't bulldozed it yet, but they definitely shut it down.
Yeah, I read about that, man. Like it's really sad.
It's fucked up because
Yeah.
the reason being is they want to turn it into an arts community, an arts thing. I don't know what they're going to build. I think it'll end up being those two and ones, live, apartments on top and Starbucks on the bottom kind of thing where they fucking do everywhere. You would think that the music studio, which has such a storied past,
Yeah.
they would keep it or even keep some relic of it, even if it wasn't functioning. Um, but it's pretty silly.
We,
Um,
it's awful, man. I think there should be some places that should be heritage listed. Like I'm pretty sure you were touring in with Foo Fighters in '98, right? You toured
correct.
Australia. That was the
Yeah.
first time I saw you. It
Okay.
was in Brisbane Festival Hall, '98. That
Okay.
venue, the Beatles played there, Zeppelin played
Oh,
there,
really?
all these, man, it's just the venue, yeah, it's the legendary Festival Hall.
Oh, and they tore it down.
They tore it down and they built high rises. This is going back years. And
Of course.
and man, I walk past there sometimes when I go to Brisbane and it just breaks my fucking heart, dude. Like it should have been heritage listed. I'm pretty sure you probably played places or toured and gone, man, that place is gone, that place is gone. It's sad, man.
Oh, yeah. It's sad. Yeah, it happens everywhere. And the powers that be, what can you do unless it is, registered listed as a heritage site.
Yeah,
Um, it's fucked up. What can you do?
that's it.
Uh, I mean, I'm glad you got to listen to the whole record. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really good. And of course, I mean, you've got a whole bunch of mates on here like Ian MacKaye and Amy Pickering and Brian Baker, who I spoke to recently. He's a great dude.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Dave Grohl. I mean, it seems like you got everyone on here.
We got everyone.
It's great.
I mean, I also think a lot of people turned up once they found out that this place was closing. Probably a little bit of both. And they wanted to get down there and be a part of it.
I see.
But it wasn't the sole reason they wanted. My brother had sent out this book with the lyrics and the idea for the record,
It's the book.
and it tripped everybody out. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" It's just like, I don't even think he put an explanation in the letters. with the packaging. And as Brian says on the teaser that we put out, I don't know if you saw that one on Instagram.
Yeah. That's what, because I was wanting to know what the book was. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian was like, I didn't think of it as an invitation. And so, he followed up. He would just send it out, and then he would follow up saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Uh, that first week of September." Um, and that's how it evolved. But it was really cool. The book, it was insane because my brother did, a dozen or more, and how he did it, he however he wrote on the pages, how he would age it would be that he would pour coffee on it and different stuff and stick the pages in the oven.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, of course, you can just do it with Photoshop or whatever, but I don't think it would have come out the same physically.
No.
So if physically it looks aged. And so when we were shooting the Kickstarter campaign, we did a Kickstarter for the record. One of the parts of the film is where we have that book, and I have it out in my pool underwater, kind of flipping pages and trying to do something arty, whatever. So for a while there, it was we hadn't even really done much. I'd hashed out a lot of the music in it. It's all demos that I did. But it just this book kind of became its own little entity in a way. And then everybody was bugging us for this book. And it's too bad, there's not money around to like every person that buys a record gets this book, because it would be really cool, because everybody likes stuff, one time in Europe, we for shits and giggles. It was 2011 actually, when we went over there for a quick trip. We made like 100 cassettes of a single, Dirty Birdie, which is this reggae track that we did out in the desert at Rancho de la Luna. And they're $5. We sold them in 3 shows. They were gone. And we still had piles of t-shirts. It was like, the majority of people don't have a cassette player, but they didn't care. They didn't care if they could play it or not. It was just about having this cool little item. And and like I said, we sold shirts, but there were still piles of shirts. And cassettes just went fucking hotcakes. Yeah. I think that stuff is really cool in the age of CDs, and in the age of everything is just a photo, JPEG or whatever on your phone, and this is something tangible that doesn't connect you with the band, but makes, it's like you got it from, it does connect you with the band in a way.
Absolutely. And, people want, I think people are returning to physical media in a big way. Not so much CDs, but I don't think down here anyway. No. Vinyl is massive. People want those things. I think, how's those NFTs going, people? You know what I mean? Like, people want cool things. And I'm sure if you put out, I don't know, I don't think you could recreate that book in the same way for mass production, but, maybe if you put out a Kickstarter for it, people would buy it.
Not if you're baking each page in the oven.
Yeah. Yeah, the pre-orders will be done in 11 years. So yeah,
6 to 8 weeks per book.
Yeah, that's it. Couldn't do it.
I was gonna say something else on that thread. The fuck, I just lost it. Anyway,
damn it! I knocked you off you.
It's 5 a.m. What can I say?
Sorry, man. It is for me. I'm having a good time.
Good.
Oh man, damn it! I ruined your flow. But no,
it's all right. It'll come back.
Just interrupt me. I got it. Shut the fuck up. I got something. I got it.
It had to do with the Instagram and the connection, the picture. It's just all pictures. But anyway, hopefully it'll come back.
Oh man, damn it. Sorry.
Yeah. No, no.
But did you find that bringing in everyone helped the album creatively in a lot of ways? I mean, I know you worked on it for a while behind the scenes, like writing it, right? And then
It
bringing it
certainly
all.
helped. Yeah, I mean, it certainly helped. Um, it certainly helped insofar as bringing in outside flavors, as it were, because everybody has their own way of doing things and playing, even if the song is already done and we listen to it and yeah, I want you to play here, blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, what they would do, let's say Brian Baker, what he would play probably wouldn't be what I would play uh in that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's touched by all these hands that performed on it. And I'll say that in regards to the song, The Flam, we had like three different versions of it. And we got Joe Lally to come in and play bass. And I don't know how much you know Joe Lally, but he's a genius. He's a master at the bass. And what's crazy is that the song is kind of one way through the whole way, and then it stops and it goes into another part. It's basically three parts. But he wanted to really break it down, and because he wanted the bass to be one way in the beginning and then go into this whole thing. So him and I sat down, we were playing and coming up with these different things. It blew my mind. I was like, here I am fucking writing with Joe Lally. This is the fucking coolest. Um, and it also changed my approach because prior to that, it was just the band always in the basement. And, we would rehearse back in the day. We all lived in the house that we practiced at, the majority of us. So we just always rehearsed, always jammed and came up with stuff. And so in your question as well, um, the fact that I'm playing with other people or having them do it made me take a different look as well on certain things. Because like Joe Lally pulled me in a direction that I may not have gone. I wasn't thinking about it in those terms. And it was so cool. And I was basically kind of, wearing all these different hats during the production of it all, which is extremely hectic.
Man.
So I was trying to schedule people, record myself. We had what, four different drummers, three different bass players, and they all had to be scheduled. We had to decided my brother, like what drummers would play on what bass players would play on what. Um, except for the fact, well, we had decided what songs pretty much Kent was going to play on.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, my brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm very sorry to him.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I was pulling my hair out by the end of this. It literally fucking, I mean, I had to go home and just basically decompress. We did 17 songs in 10 days.
It's nuts, man. It's a
It's
lot.
nuts. And we still were doing more songs after that, because some of those bonus tracks were recorded later.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that are like the bonus stuff that's like Japanese releases and stuff like that, or is it just
No. That's the digital. Like
okay?
um and the CD. Um because when you buy the record, there's a little card in there for the digital download and you get the extra tracks.
That's really cool.
How many did you get? 18? It
17.
was
No.
18, right? Or 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
There's a few more.
I know because I was like, that's a lot of tracks. But I was
Yeah,
listening to it at work and I was driving and stuff. Yeah, so I can't tell you
there's a
the
few
exact number,
more.
but wow, that's a lot, man. A lot
It was a
creatively.
it was
You
a
know.
lot. And fucking Ian, it was so funny. Love him to death. When we told him, because we only had X amount of days. Well, how many? He wasn't into it at first. He goes, "Well, let me. What? I haven't heard what you guys are doing." We're like, "Whoa!" Like, right, here's some stuff. Yeah, okay. I mean, and he still wasn't into it when we came to record.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he wasn't into it, but he wasn't sure.
Ah, okay.
Um, and you could slowly, because Ian sits on the board, puts his head down, maybe moves a fader here and there. And then when he starts bobbing his head, he's starting to get at him. But anyway, we were like, how many songs do you have? 17. And you want all these people to come in and play on it? Well, yeah, hopefully they all show up. Um, it's like, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. You're never going to do this, which gave us more
Yeah.
impetus to
Yeah.
fucking nail this thing and do it. And yeah, I tell you, with the help of my wife, she kept me in there and fucking, because it was hard for me. Skeeter would come in or can't do his thing, and then they could go smoke their cigarette or do whatever and hang.
Yeah.
But I had to be in there, now with some other guys and mixing and producing basically and scheduling, making phone calls to make sure that guy was showing up, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was one of the best experiences I had because it's almost like not that I didn't ever be on that side, but just like learning, learning other points of it that I had control over.
Mm.
And of course, working with Don and Ian and Joey P is always wonderful.
It seems like I mean, you can hear it. You can hear a lot of love and care went into this record. A lot, man. I got to tell you, it's great. And it's got
Yeah,
a community feel about it too. Is
it
that
does.
I is it's not just to do with the studio, but I mean bringing everybody in. Um, it is a special DC special, but does that was that the idea when you had it when you started writing it? It's like I want this to, you know, pay tribute to where we've been and the community and where we're going and that special.
Not musically. I mean, it all came from, well, it started with the lockdown,
Mm.
and we're all confined to our own places. And what do? You just write music. And I had a couple older songs that never kind of saw the light of day, and I kind of reapproached those, fucked around with those. And I also wrote one on the spot kind of after COVID, which was about COVID, which is that acoustic song, Last of the Soft. But I was, just writing. And and then Pete and I got together and I would send him the songs and he'd start writing lyrics to it and stuff. Um, but it wasn't till he came up with the idea that he came up with the idea of the book. Um, after he kind of after he'd written the lyrics, obviously, because the lyrics are in the book. But
Yeah.
it was based, I don't know which song it was. It might have been DC Special, because he went on that thread. We titled the record that way. It would be a question to ask him which one it was. Like ding, because somewhere before we did the Kickstarter, developed the book, and then he started focusing on that. I guess that one song, and why don't we get all these people involved? Um, and a lot of it was also probably to get people excited about the record,
Mm.
and it all happened so fast. So it was like, and it's just like it all made sense because he got the idea to make it this thing about DC, and then the studio. We got to notice the studio was closing, so it just heightened everything that we were touching on. Um, and so that's kind of how it developed. And so then once we started, we're able to hang out. Pete and I would go to this rehearsal place and hack out the songs, send them over to Kent Skeeter, get them familiar with the stuff. Um, and then hopefully in that time frame, people would get back with us about, doing the recording, which they did. I believe that was your question.
Yeah, no. That was yeah. But I mean, you guys have been doing this a long time. In fact, the band was born the same year I was. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I'm an 81. 81. Yeah, right? That's when yeah. So,
When the first record came out, 83,
yeah. I know I was
82,
81. I'm 81. So, that's right.
just the
That's when
same.
yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I guess a lot of people that missed that underground scene in that time period, like myself, it seems like a really magical time and something I don't think the world will ever experience again quite like it due to, the way things are now. Do you think that young bands these days are missing out on those underground experiences like you guys had? Or do you think it's maybe a better time for them in terms of
Uh,
being
well, I
creative?
think they're definitely missing out, but I don't think it's intentional. It's just things change.
Mm,
It'd be nice if I think this might be the first time where it's been reapproached. Because basically the people that played on this record were the stalwarts of the DC scene,
mm.
you know, not including ourselves. Ian, Alec MacKaye, Daryl Jennifer from the Bad Brains, Brian Baker. I mean, it's like the who's who of the DC scene.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's what moved everybody else because it encapsulated wasn't the fact that the studio was going down, and I think people realized once they showed up because it was weird. I mean, a lot of it had to do with Dave showing up because you had all the once they heard he was in town, all the looky loos would not come in the studio, but come by or whatever. But I mean, we had hordes of people at the studio that were to be there. And, it wasn't long after COVID. So it was still, we had precautions set up. We had a table out back with speakers on it. We called it Great Backlot Studios, whatever, where you could sit and it's not actually where we smoked and everything, but this is so people wouldn't come into the studio and they could still sit out and hang out and you could hear what was going on. It's coming out, you'd hear different takes, their actual recordings, which was fucking cool. And which was also filmed. My wife brought in two DPs, two camera people, lit the whole place up, shot this whole. I mean, it's a documentary,
Yeah.
and slowly we're putting it together. They
Cool.
are, and Johnny Armin is editing this thing along with my wife, Sal Owen, but yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if there was one particular studio in Seattle or LA or England where all these bands kind of bloomed from, where
Mm.
they could come back together and do a record for historical reasons. So that's what probably makes this one really special. And the fact that you can't do it anymore because the studio's gone.
Oh man.
But yeah, some people are missing out, but it's just because it's a change in the times. But there's still fucking bands out there. So there's still a lot of underground bands. There's a whole scene out there. They just exist in a different way now. Aside from playing live, they kind of exist differently.
Because those shows
So,
back in the day were like, you hear it, even down here, you hear the stories and how fucking wild they were, man. Like, were there,
yeah,
that you thought you were in danger, because you were just playing at these like basements and all these places that you were there any ones where you're just like, oh, this is getting a little fucked up.
yeah. Nobody died either.
And hectic.
Yeah. It's interesting how a lot of those things went what's the word for it? Unobserved or uncontrolled. They were just they let us get away with a lot of shit, put it that way. Um, Especially all ages shows and like VFW halls are strange places where was real no economic benefit to the community and all. And it was just a war zone in there. But it was just fucking gym. I mean, it's just like gym class in there with the kids.
Man, that would have been so wild. Well, I mean, was there a big? Obviously, the straight edge thing came into it. Was there a big straight edge not versus non straight edge thing? I mean, we went through it here, where the straight edge people became a little violent and rough with us drinking and smoking people.
Yeah.
But
No, it never got that way because everybody understood what the meaning of that was and what it really was about. I mean, it's the scenes everywhere else that took it to the extreme.
yeah, true.
I mean, it's basically uh those guys, Ian, those early bands, or even the people not in bands, you couldn't get into shows underage. Um, so basically, some club owner saw the financial benefit and said, okay, I'll have all ages shows, but I'm going to put an X on your hand. So you can't drink. So you can't go up to the bar. Anybody with an X on, they can't drink. And so Ian basically wrote a song about that, sitting back watching all these drunks and how he was, just tuned in and, and sober, watching it all. And just the clarity of it all, watching these yahoos. And then he wrote a song about it. It wasn't anything to do with how it was later taken and
Yeah,
ruined, and stupidity ensued. But that wasn't the intent of the song or the X on his hand. It just meant you're underage.
yeah, it got
So
out of hand here.
yeah,
We had dudes like getting it tattooed on him. And I remember when it changed, it was weird. I was watching a band in a club, had a beer, had a cigarette, and this dude comes up and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing that for?" And we're like, because we're having a night."
Ken.
And it was like, it just spread. And the funny thing about it, a lot of those dudes in that scene, years later, switched around and I'd see him at like clubs drinking and stuff too. So,
Right.
ah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it never made sense to me because I don't know. I don't understand why attacking somebody else um, for drug or alcohol abuse had anything to do with how you take care of your own body, but
Yeah,
that's just me.
I know, man, it's crazy. But
But
Stoom's starting to do the tick down thing, the timer thing. But
it
I
all starts with a flag,
yeah, it
It
does.
all starts with an emblem, a flag, just like the fucking Nazis, just like war, whatever. It all starts with a flag.
It's true, isn't it? And people just want to jump on. Like
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's a whole other rabbit hole right now.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
The
We're not going to
world
talk about
right
that.
now, I
So
tell you, man.
you
It,
time left, or you have to take a break
no, it's Zoom boots us off because they only gives us
in
46
six. Okay.
minutes. Yeah, I know. I hate it. And it's a bummer, eh? But
Yeah.
man, I've been having a good morning. I've been having a good chat. But I do
Great.
know, are you planning on taking this on tour? Are you going to be?
Oh yeah, we started. Well, we're doing a little West Coast run. It's like 6 shows at the end of October. Then we do an East Coast run, the same amount, like 6 shows on the East Coast, the major cities. And then come March, we'll probably do the UK and Europe again. But I want to get to fucking Australia. Been a
Yeah,
while.
man. When
I
was the
love
last
it
time you
down
were
there.
here? When was the last time we saw you?
We're the Foo Fighters.
In
That was the last time
'98.
I was there. Yeah, the last time I was
Whoa,
there.
bro.
I mean, I've been back and forth to Japan. I
Yeah,
don't know if you know, I was playing with a Japanese guy for like 6 years.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was in Japan for quite
So
a bit.
so close, man.
Yeah.
We're like that far away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Man, someone's got to make that happen. Someone out there, I know there's got to be a
I
promoter.
think we're going to do it this time. Yeah, no, it seems to be doing a lot more and spreading out a little more. And well, I guess it comes down to the agent or the booking guy. We got to find the guys that'll bring us over there.
Dude, I know so many people that it would sell out. That tour would sell out because so many
It'd be
people.
good to do like a DC package tour over there, or just whoever. But
That would be amazing.
I can't wait to get back there.
I think you're putting it out there, dude.
You do
Everyone,
what?
you're putting it out there now.
Oh,
That'd be unreal, man. Now you're gonna have the phone
yeah.
ringing, getting the offers,
Well,
bidding war happening.
I don't know about that,
I don't know, man.
but
Don't.
let's hope it happens.
Don't
Let's
stop.
just hope it happens. Put it that way.
Oh man, me too.
Regardless.
Yeah, I'd love to see you down here for sure. Especially I'm on the Gold Coast, so
Yeah. Well, I'll
I don't know.
definitely reach out to you when I find out. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
when it happens, I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of
Yes.
when.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So,
Hey, man. I mean, what else you got planned for the future for the new year, or apart from touring and stuff? More music?
um, there's always music. Um, I'm not quite sure for the new year. I'm just expecting to hit the road
Yeah,
and work this record and see some new places
see some
and
cool
play
shit.
for more people. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And that I live and carry on. How about that? I'm gonna
Man,
live for the new year.
it's gonna be unreal. I'm really looking
Oh,
forward.
we're freezing up. Or you are.
Am I? It's probably,
Yes, you are. I
do you
didn't know
know?
if you noticed that. Yep, you
No,
just did it again.
am I okay now?
Yep, you stopped.
Am I?
Yes.
I'm. Do you know why? Because I'm on the arse end of the world here, man. That's why I have to go through phone lines to a pigeon to a fucking, and then they deliver the internet to us in a can. We have to open the can, and then it's a whole fucking
I
ordeal.
hear you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, Franz, man, it's been an absolute honor having you on the show today, brother. Like, thank you so much
Yeah.
for hanging out.
And you what? It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure now.
And
And my favorite Australian movie is Chopper. You
oh,
ever seen
okay,
Chopper? Yeah. What's his name? Fucking Eric Bana.
yeah.
Have you seen Chopper? You know the
Chopper,
story Chopper
yeah,
Reed.
yeah, Chopper.
Fucking movie.
Do you know
Brilliant.
movie? Fuck man.
What engine? Fire your engine.
Do you know what I
Well,
hear
go
all the
ahead.
time?
Oh,
Nev.
you froze up.
Oh, do you know what I
Go
hear?
ahead, say it again.
All for the since that movie came out,
Oh,
I
it's getting
hear,
really bad now.
oh man, I hear Nev. Is that you, Nev?
You get two words and it fucking locks up.
Oh man, shit.
What
Okay,
you gonna what were you gonna say about Chopper?
yeah. There's a line in is it Neville Bartos? It says Nev. Is
I
that
know.
you, Nev? I get it every
Neville.
man. Oh, Neville fucking Bartos. That's what I get all the time. But I do love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a great movie.
Copping it sweet. Hopping it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey,
Um, well, yeah. What else? Now
uh,
we're just freezing up. We can't
oh
even,
man,
we
that's
have to do this again. We have to,
yeah, man.
maybe it's the hour of the morning.
I don't know what it is, man. It sucks. It's a real bummer. I hope it's
It's everybody turning their percolators on in Australia
yeah, that's
in Perth right now.
yeah. They're
I
cranking
mean,
up the generators. That's what they're doing. They got that's what we do down here.
cranking up the generators.
Yeah, yeah, like Mad Max. Everyone trying to get their fuel. But hey, brother,
Yeah.
we will have all the
Oh,
links down.
fuck.
It's bad. Oh man, we'll have all the links
It's
down
really
here
bad.
and on the website
But
to the thing. I would like to do this again at when it works.
it keeps
Oh,
freezing.
oh man. Oh, dude. Hey, I'll catch you. I'll catch you
Let's do it
soon.
again
Yes, let's do
later.
it again. Oh man.
Like,
I'll
yes.
yeah. See you soon, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nav. I'll keep in touch.
Yeah, man.